Hey Meissner makers, it's Jennifer at Meissner Sewing and Vacuum Centers, and I am so excited to share with you a whole number of things that are going to be going on through the month of March. Now, stick with me. This video is going to be a little bit lengthy, but I promise you it is going to be worth your time and worth the investment of these 15-ish minutes as I take you through all of the exciting things that are going to be taking place in all 5 store locations. That's Sacramento, Folsom, Roseville, Santa Rosa, and San Jose. So let's start with an event that we have been waiting for. I think we've been waiting 2 years for this event. The Quilt, Craft, and Sew Festival at Cal Expo is going to be taking place March 24th, 25th, and 26th. We are super excited. We are in festival mode here in the Sacramento location. We are getting everything together, getting those pallets packed up, shrink wrapped, ready to go so that we can bring you an amazing on-site party at Cal Expo. Now, for those of you who are not able to attend at the Cal Expo location, great news! You will be able to fully participate in all of the festival savings in all 5 store locations through the entirety of the month of March. So that's right, starting March 1, when you visit any of our 5 Northern California locations, you will have the opportunity to take advantage of all of the Cal Expo Craft, Quilt, and Sew Day specials. Now, I said stick with me all the way through the end because there are also going to be opportunities every single week for you to participate in drawings for amazing, valuable prizes that I know you're all going to be desperate to be a part of. So be sure to stick with me. Hint, hint, part of how you're going to enter is by liking, sharing, or commenting on this video. So again, Sacramento Quilt, Craft, Sewing Festival will be taking place at Cal Expo March 24th, 25th, and 26th. Each store location will have a limited number of VIP passes, 1 per person please, and this takes care of your admittance to the show. The store locations will also have some additional discount coupons. So I know those VIP coupons go really, really fast. We have quite a large number of the discount coupons. So we don't want anybody to feel like they don't have the opportunity to participate. And remember, throughout the entirety of the month, in all 5 store locations, all festival savings will be in place. So you can come by, get your VIP ticket, take care of your shopping, and then when you come out to the show, come by, wave at us. You won't have to stand in line to visit with us there, and you can visit with the other vendors at the show location. Okay, so we're going to take a little tour of just a few of the special savings, offers, bundles, etc. that we have in place for the month of March. Some of these things you'll see at the show, some of them are going to be in-store only, and I will try to remember to differentiate between each as we take our little stroll through our mini show setup here. Are we ready to go? For those of you that are considering taking the leap into machine embroidery, or perhaps you have your very first machine and you're looking for something with just a little bit more, I'd like to introduce you to the Bernette B79. It is a combination sewing and embroidery machine. We'll have special pricing on these through the month of March, but there's also a bonus gift card for use at any of our 5 store locations with the purchase of the B79. Now, one of the things, or a couple of the things that I particularly like about this machine, it has something called dual feed, which gives you a little bit of help when you're working with dissimilar fabrics or you're working with fabrics that tend to shift, wiggle around. You're aligning stripes, you're putting in zippers, that type of thing. You're going to find that dual feed is really helpful. It does have a good size embroidery field. I believe on this one it is 6 by 8. Drop-in bobbin, which a lot of embroiderers really like. It makes it easy to get at that bobbin, makes it easy to change the bobbin out quickly and easily. It also features an automatic presser foot raise and lower. I find that oftentimes new sewers, they'll forget to put their presser foot down, and then you end up with that horrible tension. You get all of that thread that's building up on the bottom, and it takes us a minute to figure out what it is in the world that went wrong. So those are just a couple of the things that I particularly like with this machine, and you are going to be amazed and delighted at the entry-level price point. The B79 is available in all 5 of our store locations, and it will be on display at the Quilt, Craft, and Sew Expo March 24th, 25th, and 26th. If you have additional questions about this particular machine, you can email me at info@meissnersewing.com or reach out to any of our 5 store locations where one of our experts will be glad to assist you. Now, a couple of other, oh, but wait, could there be more? I mentioned there was a gift card that was coming with this machine. And the reason that I had these great little pizza boxes here was so that I would remember to share with you that these bonus gift items are also coming with the B79 while supplies last. Is it a pizza? It is not. It is better than a pizza. Inside of this very special box, you will find some embroidery products to get you started with your new machine. So there's some thread in here, there's a marking pen, embroidery tape, which I love, some stitch perfection tape, some needles, some fab foam, and a design collection to get you started. So again, these are while supplies last, special gift box, gift card, and awesome pricing on the B79 so that you can start your embroidery adventure. Now, one of the things that I find when I'm stitching and I'm sewing is that the more light, the better. So stay with us over the next couple of weeks. Make sure that you're following along on Facebook. We're going to have a series of bonus videos that will introduce you to some new products, that will also give you some tips and hints on how to incorporate those into your sewing studio for better results, whether you are crafting, quilting, or stitching. So this is the Halo 8D light by our friends at Daylight. Love this guy. It's portable, it sits right on the table, it has extra lighting for you so that you can see your colors a little bit better, you can see what's happening without shadowing on your fabric, but it also has a magnifier as well. And I'm finding that at this point in my life, I absolutely need that. Those of you that have seen me looking around for my glasses as I'm having to look at notes during these videos. This is a great helper. Now, also from our friends at Daylight, this is the wafer light box or light wafer. It's nice and small. If you've had a light box in your sewing studio for some time, you've had it for a while, you know they used to be really kind of big and clunky. Love this. If you have a scan and cut or any kind of a digital die cutter, the light boxes or the light wafer is really handy for weeding out your vinyls. I also love this when I'm fussy cutting. There's a supplemental mat that you can add to your wafer. And then you can cut your fabric right on top of that light box, right? So great for fussy cutting, great for machine applique, traditional applique, anytime that you need to transfer markings from one media to the next. And Drew is going to be sharing a lot of details about the Daylight lighting system with us. We will not have Daylight at the show, but there is 35% off all month long in all 5 store locations on any of our Daylight products. So you want to make sure that you stop in early for best selection. All right, let's take a look and see what we have in store for you from our friends at Brother. Okay, makers, if you've been embroidering for a while, or you just want to jump into the deep end of the pool, from our friends at Brother, we have the Luminaire 2 combination sewing and embroidery machine. One of the things that I love is this nice large embroidery field. Sometimes we call it our workspace. I'm going to call it our play space. So we've got lots of room in here for a very large embroidery hoop, right? Because jacket backs, pillows, quilting a single quilt block all in one pass. Those are things that a lot of us are doing with our embroidery machines. And by the way, it is an excellent sewing machine too. So during March Festival of Savings, in honor of the Quilt, Craft, and Sew Expo, March 24th, 25th, and 26th, you'll find special savings on the Brother Luminaire in all store locations to include, while supplies last, this great super machine bundle. And what's in the bundle? We have, good stuff. Right, it'll be more beautiful when you take the little popper things off. The poppers are a bonus. Great assortment of embroidery thread to get you started. Now I know that those of you who have embroidered before, you've never had a thread nest. So this is insurance that you'll continue to never have a thread nest. It's the thread nest removal tool. Pair of little embroidery scissors, stabilizer, 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 more stabilizer, and I don't have enough hands to lift out the rest of the stabilizer. Precision turning tool, love these guys. And could there be more? 500 embroidery designs, in case you can't find enough designs to stitch out. And then this is really cool. A lot of people will ask me, why do I need embroidery software? And there are so very many reasons, and in the interest of time, we're not going to get into all of them now. But this is FTC Express. This is sort of a training wheels version of Floriani's Total Control software. So this will get you started. It'll give you some tools to do some editing. It's a little faster when you're doing it on your PC versus doing it on the screen of the machine, and give you a taste of why you would want to play with embroidery software. So that's also included in the bundle. And as with all of these special bundle offers, the bundles are while supplies last. We may have to substitute should we run through all of the bonus bundles early on in the month. So make sure, if the Luminaire is something that is of interest to you, that you don't hesitate before reaching out to your local Meissner Sewing and Vacuum store, or giving me a quick email, send me a message at info@meissnersewing.com. Okay, I mentioned the scan and cut when we were looking at the wafer light box. I absolutely love mine. I do have one at home in my personal sewing station. I find it is a lot of fun for paper crafting, for one thing. I also like it when I don't have time to run an embroidery design, but I want to do something quick for the holidays. I might want a t-shirt for the Craft, Quilt, and Sew Festival. I might want a quick t-shirt to do for Easter, something for the grandchildren for the holidays, even doing personalized birthday cards and that kind of thing. So I really love my scan and cut for that. We do have a couple of brother educators who will be in the booth with us on the 24th, 25th, and 26th, who will be delighted to go through and answer questions that you might have on the scan and cut. Or again, reach out to me at info@meissnersewing.com, and one of our experts will reach back out to you and answer all of those questions that you may have. So look for special pricing through the month of March. Hint, hint, there will be is it considered a flash sale if I tell you now? There will be a flash sale weekend on all things that cut. So be sure that you are watching your weekly e-blasts from us and checking out our updated Facebook videos during the month of March. All right, let's move on and see what we have from our friends at Bernina. Makers, you may be aware that there are some supply chain disruptions going on in the world currently. Well, this time a supply chain disruption has worked in our favor. So we introduced you not too long ago to the Bernina Crystal Edition 790E and 880 Plus. Well, lo and behold, in our warehouse this past week, a very small, and I do mean small, number of 790 Crystal Edition machines found their way to the warehouse. So if you are feeling so very sad because you missed out on the first round, be sure to either call your local Meissner Sewing and Vacuum Center to secure your 790 Crystal Edition immediately, or email me at info@meissnersewing.com. Now, we also have one 880 Crystal Edition. So go ahead and email me, info@meissnersewing.com. First come, first serve. There is only one, and when they are gone, they are gone. All right, what else have we got to show you? Other specials, other things that are going on. I don't think this is a secret. Oh, I love to sew, I love to stitch, I love to quilt. In particular, I'm finding myself doing a lot of quilting these days. So I thought that I would share that passion with you. And we have several quilt kits in store currently. These will be out at the show, but they are available ahead of time as well. So for those of you that are looking either for a quick project to sharpen your quilt skills, something for a first project where it's going to be very, very beautiful, but it is not a difficult project to put together, and who doesn't want special pricing, right? The Garden Path Quilt Kit, this is one of the quilt kits that we have in store for you. And let me just hold up this sample so that you can get a look at the finished piece. If you've been following along with us on Facebook for a while, you'll know that there's a series of videos called Workshop Wednesday. And this particular quilt was featured on Workshop Wednesday. So not only do you have the instructions in the quilt kit to follow along, but the Workshop Wednesday videos will also take you step by step through putting this particular quilt top together. And did I mention special savings during the month of March? All 5 store locations, at the show, all month long. So that's the Garden Path quilt. Then this one is a brand new one, and I know it's a little bit hard to see the image. I'll hold up the quilt in just a minute. This is the Steampunk Deep Dive Quilt. Kind of a fun one, especially if you're looking for something that's not quite so feminine. And it goes together super, super fast. So you get to see part of it because I'm not tall enough to hold up the whole thing. Still working on the quilting on this guy, but it'll give you sort of a feel for what's happening here. And one of the things that I thought was kind of cool as I'm working is this octopus is a stitcher. He's got needles in hand. So it's kind of cool, kind of fun. Tip for you. You may notice, because I'm going to point it out, that the edges of this quilt I've gone through with an overlock, and I've done it for a couple of reasons. Number one, it looks much tidier on the video, but number two, since I know we're going to be dragging this around a little bit and out to the show, and I may or may not get all of the quilting done between now and then, it's also going to help to protect the edges. So this is a tip for you when you're working at home. If you have something that you know is going to take a little bit of time, you're going to be handling it quite a bit, you may want to go ahead and square that quilt up once you have it layered with the back, the batting, and the top, and then go ahead and run that overlock all the way around so that it's going to keep things from fraying out and it's going to be a little more tidy as you're working. So that's the Steampunk Quilt Kit, available in most store locations. They can get it for you in any of the store locations. Special pricing all month long, and it will be at the show as well. So one more kit I want to share with you. This is the So Colorful Kit. It's a wall hanging project within the box itself. So here's a look at the wall hanging. And then there are also instructions in there for 3 different colorway variations of this quilt. So again, that overlocking is coming in really handy for a piece that I know I'm going to be handling quite a bit. I haven't got it batted and backed yet, so this is going to help keep those edges from raveling and help to keep it squared up. So the instructions for this quilt are also included in the So Colorful Quilt box. So it's a workshop in a box. It's the wall hanging with the color wheel and the color theory information down there at the bottom. This particular piece is done with a blanket stitch applique, and if you go back to Workshop Wednesday, there is a blanket stitch applique segment in the AccuQuilt, working with the AccuQuilt. So that's in there, and also the Garden Quilt Kit, there's a blanket stitch applique segment on that Workshop Wednesday as well. And then it was quilted using a combination of free motion stitching and match stick quilting. Go back to Workshop Wednesday, there is a match stick quilting segment in there, so that'll walk you through how to put this particular piece together. Okay, could there be more? There's always more. Let's see what else we have in store. All right, makers, you saw how I used an overlock stitch to finish off the edges and keep those edges on those quilts from raveling away. So, perfect segment into, have you had a look at the Baby Lock Triumph? This is their top-of-the-line combination overlock and cover stitch machine. It is a great addition to your sewing room, whether you are a garment sewer or you lean more towards quilting and crafting. So if you've not had a look at the Triumph, you might want to stop by any of our 5 store locations and have one of our overlock experts give you a little bit of information. But there must be more, since we're talking about it during our March Festival of Savings video. So not only do we have the machine in stock, right? Those are important words in this day and age. We have Triumphs in stock, we have special savings for you, and they are coming with a great package. First of all, it's always nice to have that extra help at your fingertips any time of the day or night. So the Triumphs are coming with the inspiration guide. They're also coming with a bonus package. You know, now that classes have started back up, you're going to want to be sure that you have a trolley to bring your serger to class so that you learn all about its functionality. There's an acrylic extension table with this nice large stitching area that you have. it's really a lot of fun to be able to use this as an embellishment tool. So having that nice large acrylic table that goes out to the left-hand side, you'll have a place for all of that project to be supported as you're stitching. It's also coming with the serger trim bin. If you've used a serger before, you know that it's nice to have something to catch all that stuff that falls off the sides. Thread starter kit and the 29-piece foot kit with a number of accessory feet and attachments so that you can get the most out of your Baby Lock Triumph Overlock. Oh, and needles. Wait, there could be more. Okay, then from our friends at Viking Husqvarna, this is one of the machines that we will have on display, and I have to say that it is one of my favorites in the Viking line. This opal is it's a great kind of right in the middle. It's a good starting place for those that want to get into sewing, quilting, stitching, but they want, just a little, they want some of the ease and some of the high-end features that you see in some of the other machines further up the line. It does feature the drop-in bobbin, which is very easy for new sewers to get used to. Easy on, easy off presser feet. And it does have that auto foot that lifts and lowers on its own. So again, you don't have to remember to put that presser foot down. It's going to come down for you automatically. And it has a nice pivoting function, a thread tie-off. It has a needle threader. Very important no matter what stage in life your eyesight happens to be. So special pricing on those throughout the month of March, available in store, in stock, and also they'll be on display at the Sewing, Quilting, and Craft Expo, March 24th, 25th, and 26th at Cal Expo. Now I mentioned classes starting back up. So as we're, getting out and about and we're all a little bit more mobile, it's really nice to have a machine that you can take with you to class, take with you to your quilt guilds, take with you to your sewing retreats, whatever it happens to be. The Janome 3160, I think, is an amazing machine for so many reasons. Great price point, in stock, don't know that I mentioned that, coming with a bonus gift card throughout the month of March. It will be on display at the Quilt, Craft, and Sew Expo. It has all of those stitches that quilters really tend to like, the blanket stitch, the hand-look quilt stitch. It has, it's very easy to use, very simple to navigate, great machine for that new sewer, great machine as a second machine for those that are a little bit more experienced. Now we were starting to run out of space here in our display area, but a couple of additional bonus items that are coming with two other machines in the Janome line while supplies last, and this truly is a while supplies last. With our Continental M7, which is a nice extended, it's sort of a cross between a home and an industrial style machine. This great bonus gift box that's available, and it has some threads in here, it has some presser feet in here, it has rulers for doing ruler work at your domestic machine. The M7 workbook is inside. There's lots of great tools to get you started. It's about a $3,000 bonus, along with the special pricing on the machines throughout the month of March, and there's some special financing in place as well. The Janome 6700P, kind of I call it the little sister or the younger sibling to the M7. A lot of that same functionality, that cross between household and industrial style, slightly smaller platform than the M7. So if this is a machine you've been looking at, or now you're like, I want to see the machine that goes along with this bonus package, they are on our website for viewing. You can also come into our store locations, and any of our staff would be happy to share more info, or you can go ahead and reach out to me by way of info, I-N-F-O, at meissnersewing.com, and I would be happy to send you some more information about any of these machines that we've talked about. All right, moving on. We just have a couple of additional things that I want to share with you before we wrap it up for today. All right, makers, we are entering the home stretch. Don't forget that through the month of March, every week, when you like, share, or comment on this video, we will enter you into a drawing for weekly amazing prizes. All of your friends are going to be so very jealous. So make sure that you do what you're doing right now, like, comment, or share. Okay, a couple of additional things that I want to chat with you about. I showed you those gift boxes for the Janome M7 and the 6700. So behind me, I have a series of gift boxes. These are licensed to create boxes. What is a license to create box? Well, in simplest terms, it is an assortment of stabilizers, battings, embroidery product for you to get started with and experiment with some different types of products to enhance your embroidery creativity. Okay. Also included in here is a whole series of project instructions on a USB stick, along with the handouts that are in print form as well. So it's a great way for you to start to get familiar with your new embroidery machine. And I point this out because these licensed to create gift bundles will be coming with select machines while supplies last through the month of March. So you want to be sure to ask about getting your license to create bundle when you are in looking at the embroidery machine of your dreams. Now, one more set of gift with purchase machines that I want to share with you. We have the Baby Lock Ballad and the Baby Lock Chorus. Now, I find that these are machines that our quilters tend to gravitate to. They come with a digital dual feed foot. They have a lot of those stitches that quilters tend to naturally use within their quilting projects. You know, that blanket stitch is so super important. It's got a great play space here between the needle and the inside edge of the machine, so lots of room for your bigger projects. But most importantly, during the month of March, with Festival of Savings, in honor of the Quilt, Craft, and Sew Festival taking place at Cal Expo, March 24th, 25th, and 26th, they're coming with a great big box of quilt thread, both the machines. They're coming with a set of rulers for doing free motion ruler work using your domestic machine. And they are also coming with a foot kit, right? So you've got, I believe, 17 feet in here. Yep, 17 foot kit collection. For those of you who like shoes, you're gonna love this, it's a must. Needles, and a 60-day free trial for Sew Ed. This is your 24-hour-a-day Baby Lock educator at your disposal to walk you through not only things that you can do with your Ballad or with your Chorus, but all of the other products in the Baby Lock line as well. So it's like getting, you know, an opportunity to test drive all of the other products that are out there. So again, some of these items we'll have on display at Cal Expo, at the Craft, Quilt, and Sew Expo. A few of the things that I've talked about, these are in-store specials only. All of the machine specials are in-store, so everything is in-store. The machines will be at the show itself, as will those quilt kits that we talked about. Be sure that you're watching those weekly e-blasts that we send out, because every Tuesday and Thursday between now and the end of the month, we'll be posting a different little video piece that will be providing you some additional educational content. There'll also be some short-term flash sale specials that would be going on in conjunction with those videos. And don't forget also that when you like, share, and comment, you will be entered into our weekly drawings for valuable prizes all of your sewing friends will be so jealous of. So if you have any questions, if there's anything that I can assist you with, please be sure to reach out to me at info@meissnersewing.com. We look forward to seeing you in store and out at the show.